Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing good. Hope everything's all right. Since the last time we spoke, I literally have no idea still what consistency I'll be uploading these in, or in what order and what form. All I want to do is talk about socializing, self-development, and all the aspects that concern socializing. So socializing, social circle, social media, those three things. Some things that I want to talk about. Okay, so what I've noticed is there are maybe the self-help community is separated into two facets, into two parts. And I was discussing this actually in one of the previous videos, which is the introductory video of this channel. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go watch it. Which is basically self-help right now when it comes to socializing is like two parts. One part is the newer guys, the guys who are, motivated, hungry. They've just lost some kind of person in their life concerning, relationships or friendships, and they really wanted to get to know how it is that you can socialize effectively. So one side is the people that are newer to this thing, and they have no idea what it means to be social, and that there's even a theory behind it, or not a theory, but a type of lifestyle that you can live with all the self-help they're doing on the side. So it's the newer guys, the more motivated guys, okay? On the other side, there are the people that have been around for a while, and they just kind of given up, or they're kind of dabbling on it, or they kind of socialize, they kind of go out, they kind of do it, they kind of know how to do it, they kind of get results. It's like a lukewarm, grayish situation. And you're gonna see me talk about this in more videos for sure. One of the things that we advocate, what I advocate, and what I want to advocate for others is that don't be in a gray zone area in anything in your life. You want to be black and white. Now, because somebody might, confuse this, okay? When I say don't be in a gray area, I'm not saying that you have to know everything black and white. It's not everything is a yes or no. Not everything is a either I go this way or that way kind of mentality. Especially with socializing, things are kind of fluid. They're not, rigid, because it has to do with people and emotions, okay? However, being in a gray zone really causes a lot of problems in life, and you're gonna notice this yourself. When you're in a gray zone, you don't know really what to do. You have to choose a side. You're in the middle. That's why it's called gray. Random music playing. So what I was saying is, self-help community is separated into two facets, besides the guys who are killing it, okay? And they're really crushing it, they're going hard, they're doing what it is they're doing, they've learned through the process of socializing, and they just take action on things, and they just apply it in everything in life. They really make it a part of themselves. They don't have to actually go out and do it, they just do it. So either that or the naturals, self-proclaimed natural here as well. So when it comes to the people that they're kind of in a lukewarm situation, it's actually more dangerous, in my opinion, than somebody who has not been around for a while and they're just starting out, because they're making their first mistakes, they're learning their first lessons, they're going through the first steps of the process, they're getting their first social results, they're getting new friendships, they're letting go of older people, they're growing throughout their comfort zone on a basic level. And that's amazing. And well, what the guys in the lukewarm area are doing as well is amazing, because they're focused on different sides of their life. What they don't understand, most of them, and many of these guys are actually my friends, which I talk to them about this thing. It's not talking behind somebody's back. It's actually a good thing whenever we discuss this. And if they see this and they feel something within them, if we know each other and you see this and you feel something within you with everything that we're talking about, it's actually good, because that means something has come to the surface for you to work on. So some of these guys, they've been around in the self-help community and socializing for a couple of years or more than that, and they get things confused. What they think is that however they go out and they party once a month, for example, or they go to the gym, or they just read, or they work on their craft, which is amazing. These are amazing things. They confuse that, probably because of ego, that this is gonna build your social skills. When you don't consciously focus on something, it's not gonna happen more often than not. Granted, there were times in my life as well where, for example, I got a new job, I had a new cooperation, I started finding a new path, and even though I wasn't focusing on socializing actively, whether one of the top things I want to do on my list on a weekly basis, or not as often as a couple times a week, still doing something completely irrelevant with what it is that socializing is about, still helped my results passively. Why? Because I had other things to solve, and that's totally okay. That could be a couple, got some vape smoke coming at me. Cool, smells like strawberry. That could be a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, a couple years. That doesn't mean get locked up inside a cage. That doesn't mean stay inside until summer. Definitely not. How could you let go of yourself when it comes to anything that has to do with socializing when you want to make money? How do you think you're going to get to the next level of your financial journey if you don't know how to network, if you don't know how to problem solve, if you don't know how the human ego and psychological makeover of someone's psychology works? How do you think you're going to go to the next level? Alex, I'm working on my craft right now. It's not my priority. I understand. I completely get it. And to be fair, now that I got a business mentor who is actually one of my really good friends, he told me my energy was all over the place. So I get it that you want to focus on your craft and to become more skillful, to become more advanced in what it is that you do. Whether that be marketing, teaching foreign languages, becoming a personal trainer, doing public speaking, just studying, whatever it is that you do, you go for it. I'm all for it. The problem is many people in this part or at this level don't understand that to get to the next level, at some point in time, they're gonna have to unlock the little door that they have in their house and go out and meet people, okay? Not actively necessarily, but they should go and get passively involved with other people. That could be business opportunities, that could be meetups, workshops, seminars, projects, that could be navigating through their social circle and meeting like-minded people to do what it is that they do. Now, you could say, well, listen, man, I mean, these are all right, nice and dandy, but I don't have friends who are, industrial engineers. All the industrial engineers I know are, either nerdy or they stay inside, or we don't have the same, aspirations and the same wishes, the same goals, the same, things that we want to do. I get that. That's totally okay. You don't have to hang out with those specific people if you don't want to. It does help though if you know who you want to have around you. For example, I've let go a lot of people from my past to be able here to say today that I have a social circle that I'm very, very proud of and I'm very grateful for it. And I'd love it if any of the people that watch this are actually my friend. Love to you, man. And thanks for supporting. And the basic thing is that, I hope you get something out of this. Of course, that's why you're watching and not support me. I tell that to my friends all the time. Yeah, I've let go of people that, didn't help me grow, that, wanted to stay stagnant where they are, and that's totally okay. I'm not saying I cut them out. I'm just saying that I changed the, repetition of seeing them in my life. And the love is still there, and maybe some relationships work out better that way because some people are meant for a once per month meetup. Some people are meant for an everyday situation. Some people are meant for once every 6 months to catch up, crack some jokes, chill out, have a chill session, all good, have a beer or whatever it is that the cool kids do, and say your goodbyes and head on home and see them again in 6 months. That's totally, totally okay. I've actually met people who they're focusing on their craft so deeply and so much. Our paths are so similar yet so separated at the same time that we made this kind of joke, and that's when I made the realization that him and me are gonna hang out in like 5 years. Because right now, we're both grinding. We're both working it out. Not grinding, flowing. We're in our flow state, okay? And we're doing what it is that we're supposed to do to get to the next level of whatever it is that we wanna get to. Still though, I would still prefer to hang out with that person because I'd have more to say with them than with some of my older friends who are, from high school or grade school or university. I don't talk to anybody from my university. Maybe some from my exchange program, so my Erasmus program. I kept some contacts with them. None of that, mostly none of that. When I say none of that, of course, there's gonna be a couple people here and there. Don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. We're not generalizing. However, I do want you to keep in mind that there's a reason why you have this tendency that you wanna let go of these people, okay? So the conclusion of this is you're able to choose who you have around you. I know it might feel like you don't. I know it might feel like, well, I've been friends with the guy for 5 years. I've been friends with a guy 6, 7, 10 years even. I've had that situation, okay? But this person wants to stay where they're at, or they want to grow at a slower level, or they want to destroy themselves. There's loads of people who do that. You can just go out your house. Friday night, today is a Friday. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, in Greece, even Thursday night as well. You're gonna see it. Alcohol, drug addiction, general addictions. We all have addictions. I'm not pointing fingers here, okay? I'm just saying that people rely on substances a lot. They rely on relationships. They build toxic situations around them and they feel like that's normal. If you look around, most people just have a relationship that's very average, very, how should I say, not healthy at all, not communicative, not honest, not loving, not caring. And we've just put on labels to try and cover up the problems, okay? And we, exchange materialistic gifts and, those kinds of things to cover up the problems. So instead of actually dealing with it and having the hard conversation, and we let go of people very often and very easily nowadays as well. You're able to choose your friends. I know that from experience. I was somebody who didn't feel like they had a base of people. I was always, in high school especially, I was talking to a bunch of different people from different age groups. I was, I'm not gonna say popular, but I was in a small school. But I will say, I was talking to everybody, whether they be younger, same age, older. When I was, at the younger age, I would talk with older kids. When I was older, I would talk with younger guys. It's all good. It's all good vibes, doesn't matter. You're able to choose though, okay? As the philosopher Snoop D-O-G said, there's gonna be the gap. As you grow, there's a gap that's been created. The people that you're with are gonna be here. There's only two ways to close the gap. Sorry, there's only two ways to close the gap. You either have to go down or they have to come up, or else there's always gonna be a gap. It is how it is. And I'm here able to say it is how it is because I've actually had to go through that process dozens of times to say, well, you know what? It turns out that this person doesn't really want to grow. Well, this person doesn't want to come with me. Well, this person doesn't want to learn from this experience. This person doesn't understand that they're in a code red situation concerning some facets of their life. That could be fitness, that could be mentality, that could be business, that could be socializing. It's a huge one, especially socializing. We're going back to the gray zone people. Most of them have this common problem. They're focusing on what it is that their path is. That's great. Focus doesn't mean I get out of bed, I barely brush my teeth, and I sit on a laptop for 12 hours, and then I go to bed again. Some days, of course, are like that. I yesterday had a 16-hour video editing session, so I understand. Although it was a great project. I just don't want to have to do that again. But that's not focusing, okay? Focusing means you do one thing, you chill, you do something else, you do something else. You focus on that one thing, you chill, you do something else, you do something else. So it's like an 80-20 rule. Who do you know that made it to the top and maintained their position at the top? You get the metaphor here, without doing the things that are around that, without going and working out and working on their body, without focusing on fixing their mental health or, letting go of past trauma or meditation. Who do you know who made it to the top without reading and studying other things besides what it is that they're focusing on? What about philosophy? What about maybe physics, maybe history, maybe how the world works? I don't know what the terminology of that is. If you're watching this and let me know in the comments actually. But in general, just keep it in mind, like, how do you think you're gonna get to the next level if you don't keep it social and you don't keep your life active and you don't, enjoy the facets of life in general? You just think that just because you sit on a laptop and make 2, 3, 4, 5, 10K a month is just gonna be an enjoyable, life? I get it, yeah, you want all the fancy stuff, and I do too. And sometimes I kind of deny it to myself that I want it. But now that I have a mentor, that's gonna, stop. But there's also the other thing where, like, what if you can, make that kind of money and then you go to nature on a Sunday and you just enjoy a perfect sunset session with yourself. Just some music, maybe a beer, maybe a cool person, a partner, a pet. How come you need all that to be happy? And I see it in myself as well. It's like, I really want to live this, higher next level thing. And that's amazing. I'm not gonna deny that anymore for myself because I kind of do that. You see, I'm really laying it out on the table for you here. But at the same time, I still want to be able to enjoy the little things, cooking with my friends, chilling at a table with a coffee in my hand with the closest friends that I have, going for a walk while there's dawn or dusk, it doesn't matter, flying my drone, taking a video and showing it to you guys, being at this sick location right here. Well, I just covered it. It's actually right there. And just doing this kind of thing. Why does it have to be either next level or I'm not living? So what I would advocate to somebody who's watching this and is kind of in, more of a, I gotta work. I understand completely that you don't want to, lose your focus. And somebody who I really admire has said this, who is Owen Cook, RZ Tyler, if you know him, has said that the problem with humans is not focusing, in a way. The problem with humans is that they can't switch gears easily. That's kind of paraphrasing it, but what he's trying to say is, you're at your work, you're focused, you're doing your editing, you're doing your marketing, you're doing your business, whatever it is that you're doing, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 hours, okay? When your alarm clock goes off in the evening for you to go work out, or in the morning before you start working, all you can think about is work. I totally understand that. However, if you do not give yourself that opportunity to go work out, to go do the things that you want to do, and build a better physique, which is going to help your mental health, which both of those things, physical and mental health, are going to help your business. If you don't do that, you're not going to be able to sustain what it is that you're doing longer term. I've even heard somebody's opinion where it was like, American mentality, hustle mentality, which is, there's this guy who somebody knew, and he was working all the time. He got a burnout. He had a brain tumor. He was in a top-notch insurance program in a top-notch hospital in the US, and they removed it. They flew him with a helicopter. They removed it. They sent him back. 2 weeks later, he's functioning fine. That's the mentality that person had, because he thought, well, I don't care that I have to overwork myself of my health and take a toll to my health, because I can fix it afterwards. Okay, that's some people. Maybe other people don't even want to do all this and just want to chill in a little fish boat all day, which is I think it's a Chinese proverb where, there's a fisherman in the little fish boat and he's chilling. And then there's this business guy who's angry at him because he sees him being happy and chill. And he goes to him and he says, "What the hell are you doing?" He says, "What's wrong?" He says, "You could be feeding your family." "I already fed my family. I got enough fish to do that. I got enough fish for the day to do that." "Yeah, but if you worked harder, you'd be able to catch more fish and grow your boat." "And then what would I do?" the fisherman says. "Then you would grow your boat even more and go further out in more open waters and hire somebody to go do it for you. And then what would happen?" the fisherman says. And it goes on and on and on. And then the CEO goes around and says, "Well, then you'd finally have all the money in the world and you'd get to just be chilling and be happy and do nothing." And then the fisherman in the fish boat with his hat goes, "What do you think I'm doing right now?" You don't have to go to the super duper next level to enjoy what it is that you have now. That's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. And the other thing that I'm saying is that if you watch this, you've been in socializing, and you know about all these things that we're talking about here, the things that we're able to say on YouTube and things that we're not able to say on YouTube for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, more than that, and you're just in this gray zone, I totally understand you. I get it. Just keep in mind that once in a while, it's actually not a bad thing to go out and meet people. Once in a while, it's not actually a bad thing to go to some kind of business or networking event. So once in a while, it's not actually a bad thing to take a step back, to take 2 steps forward. Once in a while, just know that you don't have to wait for specific opportunities to come for you to go out and meet people, because that's what's going to take your business to the next level. Being mentally all right is going to take your business to the next level. Being physically all right is going to take your business to the next level. I wasn't able to, for example, when it came to content creation, I wouldn't be able to hold a gimbal or a gear or carry loads of things on shoot, either my shoot or somebody else's, if I wasn't in good shape, good physical shape. And whenever I've taken a break from that because of my own excuses, which I'm now back consistently on, what would happen is I would be less effective on what it is that I'm doing. I would actually be more effective when I was doing other things that are not completely relevant with what it is I'm doing. Okay? I know it's been a long rant. I know I've been talking a little bit fast and a lot. All I want you to do is digest what it is that you just heard, keep it within you, and understand what it is that we're talking about here. Keep it in mind and see how you can apply any part of this in your life. If you know somebody who would benefit from this video, just send it to them. Even if they don't watch it, I'll still appreciate the gesture. And well, I don't want you to watch these as if you're supporting me. Forget that. I don't want you to do that. I want you to watch these for you. I really want to remove everything. I want to deal with everything, not at the same time, but just deal with it. For example, public exposure, thinking about what I'm going to say, thinking about the subscribers and the results and the results of everything that it is that I'm doing. Results orientation, all of that. I don't want any of that. Not that I'm trying to push it away. I'm just trying to let it go. Do you understand the difference? And the reason why I want that is because I know that socializing is something that I've always been passionate about. And if I can, get aligned with what it is that I'm here for, and relay some information, experiences, actually lived through experiences, or been part of an experience. Maybe I'm not the main character, but I've been there, or something that I've heard and I want to share with you, or something that I've seen and I want to share with you, to motivate myself and you as well. And even if one person can change one part of their life for that, I'll be grateful. I don't, how should I say, sometimes we all want to feel important, we all want to, feel validated, and we want to feel like we're the main focus of everybody, but we're not in their movie. We're in our movie. We're the main characters of our movie. I'm the main character of this right now, but not this, the video for you. I'm the main character of this right now. The fact that I'm here shooting this video, the fact that later on I'm gonna go eat, the fact that later on I'm gonna go out and socialize, the fact that, yeah, last night I slept at 7:30 a.m. because I started editing a video at 3 p.m. So I did around 16 hours of editing nonstop. That's what I mean, you're in your own movie. This is a fucking GTA game and we're all in the same server. We are the main character of our own TV screen. We're not the main character of other people's TV screen. You're only the main character, the POV of yourself. That's it. Nobody else. Nobody else can be your own protagonist. You can't be anybody else's protagonist. There's nothing else you can take from this. There's nothing else you can add to this. It's complete. It's whole. It's a bit deep, philosophical, and I tend to do that. I'm kind of like that. I feel like I'm an old soul sometimes, but we'll get to that in the future. So, if you like this video, watch the rest of the videos if they help you out, and I'm gonna see when I'm gonna release more. If you want, like, subscribe, doesn't really matter. It's not gonna, launch. I'm not launching something yet, so all I want you to do is just listen to what I'm saying, okay? And I'm gonna try and do these videos with as least expectations as possible in the humanity that we live in, okay? Take care. Let me know anything you want on my Instagram in the comments below. And I'll see you soon. Peace.